What's up? I'm EmEz, and while I'm based in New York City at Power 105.1, I'm a Jersey kid through and through. I mean, Jersey's the place where I found the inspiration for my career. Growing up in a West Indian household, hip-hop wasn't the first music I was introduced to. But when I did find hip-hop, it was a life changer. It changed my world. It changed my dress, it changed my walk, it changed my talk, it changed everything. I never really wanted to be a rapper or a singer, but I could talk to anyone about anything for as long as they wanted. So interviewing was gonna be my passion. I love music, the harmony, the beats, the lyrics, how it made you feel, and all of that just added to my love of the culture. And being introduced to radio personalities like Ed Lover and Angie Martinez further solidified that being on the radio as a radio personality was something that I needed to be. My impact would be the interviews I leave behind, finding excellence in artists before the masses could find it. My vision, my ear, and my helping hand will precede me. And I'm cool with that. And that's how I team up for excellence. You're tuned in to the Sitdown Live with EmEz each and every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:15.
And we back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Good. No, I'm not going to hit you with that. I'm not going to hit you with that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your guy, EmEz. Welcome back to the Sit Down. We do this each and every Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Tonight we have two ladies. They're from higher dining. If you know anything about EmEz, you know I like to partake in the exotic flowers, as the kids call them now. And since I've been with my wife, we've been enjoying edibles because it's hard to really smoke around kids, and you don't want to do that around kids. So we've been enjoying the edibles, and I've finally stumbled upon some ladies that are in that space and making foods and infusing them. So let's bring in Rochelle and Chanelli, the ladies of Hired Dining, please. Hello, ladies.
It's so hard to smoke around kids. It's like to even do anything around kids because they know terrible. So much nowadays.
I've got a whole pack of them here, so it's like I can't even hide in the bathroom anymore.
I'm very interested. I have a 6-year-old, so I want to say I'm very interested in seeing how the culture changes around that and like how kids learn about cannabis growing up, because since it's legal now, it's gonna be around.
When I grew up, it wasn't really heard weed was in the discussion. Shout out to my man Colin. So when I was growing up, weed was something that was so frowned upon. It was so bad. It was for the Rastas and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But now, as I'm having kids, like you say, weed is more acceptable. So it's going to be very interesting to see how weed is perceived for our children. So as we start the conversation, introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about each one of you.
Of course, though. I'll go first. My name is Chanelli. I am half of Higher Dining. I'm a private chef. I am a mother to a 6-year-old. I currently live here in New Jersey by way of Harlem, New York. I used to consume weed as a social thing, but once I had my son, I started getting more intentional with it and started self-medicating. So now I do weed just to calm my anxiety. And I enjoy edibles, but different doses of edibles. I don't like to be super smacked.
Hi guys, I'm Rochelle. I'm the other half of Higher Dining. I'm a chef as well, more of the baker. I love to bake. I started smoking weed recreationally in college. At first, I was not into it, and then I'm like, let me get into this. Cool. Then I started baking with it, and it became a thing for me. Now, after starting my business, it's more intentional, more than recreational. So yeah.
Okay. Now, when did you decide to start making weed into the food that you guys bake?
So weed's been in our life all of our lives. We've been around weed forever. And I didn't think about even a career in the food industry, let alone in the cannabis industry, until later in life. And my sister had been baking with weed, testing it out. I had done a few things, but it wasn't nothing I was serious about. I didn't get serious about food until I had my son, and I'm like, I don't want to go back to 9 to 5. What is something that I love to do and I can't stop thinking about? And that's when I started going harder with cooking. And we were just what we wanted to create something that we would love to attend to and wasn't happening in the New York City area.
Yeah, providing an experience. Me being a recreational smoker, I always used to be wow, I want to go somewhere where I can smoke a blunt and enjoy my food and, have the whole experience. And like she said, I was baking with cannabis for maybe like 5 years before we started higher dining, for friends and little events here and there. So that's how I got to know more about the infusion and microdosing and how much to put in a cupcake so that people won't bug out.
See, that's my next question. That was my next question. So, with dosage, my first question is: does the type of weed matter in what you cook? First off, and give me that answer first.
Yes.
Now, why? Because higher grade of weed would make the high of the food better, correct?
Right. It will make it taste better, and also like the terpenes and the flavors in the bud, it's definitely gonna affect what you're making.
Yeah.
She's using big words, terpenes. Serious. Serious. I love it. Okay. So all right. So how much weed do you say you use while you cook?
So for us, like our food, we can make it super infused, like that it will get you smacked. But we just tried to do an infusion that's functional high, that like you're elevated and you can do things on it, not something that's gonna sit you on your couch. Like even though we can do that, but that's not what we aim for. And it's also something that beginners can enjoy and somebody that's an avid smoker can also enjoy. That's why we also add our dinner experiences. We also include like smoking because some people have higher tolerance.
Yeah. I'm one of those people. Because that was my next thing. Like I could sit here and eat 16 of these weed infused cookies that they feed me, and I don't feel smacked until I smoke an out. Is there a science behind that? Like why does that happen to me?
I think it depends on your tolerance, depends on your body weight,
and also the dosage on the edible.
And also we're not so lucky here on the East Coast, but every weed has a different amount of THC in it.
Yes.
So there's some weed that will get you smacked right away, and there's something that you need to constantly smoke. Like you need to smoke more and more. And even with edibles, like even if you infuse something that has a high THC grade and something that doesn't, like the high will be different.
The high will definitely be different. And like she said, here we don't really have the option of knowing like how much THC is in a strain unless we're going to LA and buying it. You know what I mean?
Like sellers don't tell you, well, this is what this, the terpenes, we're not that knowledgeable in the East Coast.
I had a question that I wanted to ask because now that kind of makes me feel like I know. So that means you guys are copping on the block still. You're not going to the
No. We're not copying. We're not copying on the block.
Okay, so where's the plug at? Where we copping this bud from?
It's coming from the West Coast. It's coming from the West Coast. When we started, we're not gonna lie, we did, obviously we're starting a business. We're copying on the block. But as our business,
I don't even think then we were copying on the block. To tell you the truth, I'm intimidated
but in New York, but now, like as our business grew and we got more knowledgeable and started traveling, our network grew. Yeah. So it's not the same thing.
Okay, so
like
now
we try to give our guests the best of the best, and obviously here we're limited to options. So,
but we get access to
we get, but as our network grew, we have.
I know who you know, son. I know y'all good. We know. Okay. Anyway, when me and my wife had a baby shower for our first child, at the end we gave everybody these edibles, and I don't know the measurements of the edibles, but everybody said they were super smacked. I went to go make another batch, and everyone was like, "It was not the same." Why is it different because we use the same ingredients and formula for both things, but the first one got them so much more smacked than the other one? Why?
You use the same thing?
Did you use the same butter you used or oil that you used for the first one, or did you remake?
It was an oil we used for the first one, and then we finished with that oil, and we used another oil for the second batch. But it was the same exact thing, and it felt like no one got high that time.
Everything was the same. Like you made the same oil, you used the same bud, you did the same thing to make this oil. And also I think the key word was that you gave this to people at the end of your baby shower. People were already lit or like had multiple blunts in already, probably. That might have been the key.
That might have been the key.
Okay. Maybe they were wrong. Okay.
And also, you know what? Whatever's in your body can affect it. It's like drinking. If I don't know, if you don't eat, drinking can get you drunker super fast. I think it's like whatever you consume.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next question. What? No, you know what? I don't want to ask that question. I'm gonna wait. What do your parents think about this? What does your family feel about it?
So at first, our mom and our immediate family wasn't very into cannabis. Like, it was always, when I first started smoking cannabis in my family, it was like, oh, you're a drug addict. Like, what are you doing? Losing your life?
Rehab.
Rehab. You need rehab, drug tests every month. Like, the whole nine. Like, it was bad. And then I still kept smoking. I'm like, you guys are gonna have your own feelings towards it. Like, it's a whole taboo, but this is my lifestyle. You can accept it or you can't. And then when we started our business, our mom saw like what we were trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
So she became more open to it. And now we smoke in front of our parents, and
needless to say,
she
my
doesn't love
dad,
it.
and also it's before I started getting into weed, I did think negatively about weed because my dad has always been a heavy smoker, and he's also not been 100% of himself. So I related weed to his actions. So to me, weed wasn't I related to the taboo, like, oh, if you smoke weed, you're like a no life, you have no goals or stuff. And as I became older and started consuming it and started like not even gotten older, like in college, and I saw people were able to function on it and that there was people with successful careers, like, I was just not around those type of people. And until I got to that, so that's how, like, I'm just thinking, like, maybe when our kids get older, they'll be around successful weed smokers, so it won't be something that you need to hide.
Absolutely. Okay, ladies, listen, I got to play some bills. I play some commercials real quick, and then I want to get back into some of what, like, your favorite foods to cook while you're high, and some of your favorite foods to eat while you're high. And I got questions about like seasonings and stuff. Do they match and things of that nature? So we're gonna come back and ask some real cooking questions in a minute. But let me pay some bills.
Got it.
I got the ladies from Higher Dining, Rochelle and Chanel. We'll be right back. It's a sit down with your guy EmEz. We'll be back.
Beginning my first year of college definitely wasn't easy, especially when it came to money. Luckily, I found the Blender platform. I was able to create an interest-free private borrowing account with my family. They were able to fund my account with money whenever I requested it. Withdrawals were easy. Having that safety net credit line definitely took the fear out of being far away from home. Try the Blender platform. Maybe it can help you too.
The Blender platform. Power to your wallet.
I'm excited. Today's conversation is good. It's a sit down with your guy EmEz. We got the ladies from Higher Dining, Rochelle and Chanel. They've been talking to us about their infused meals that they do and how they've been about it and how they got into it. And now I want to talk about more of the cooking aspect of this thing. So let's bring the ladies back in. Hello, ladies again.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Okay, now let's go. Let me see what we got in the. Do you make? My wife wants to know. Do you make infused drinks?
Yes.
Yes, we have. So we'll make a tincture.
Tell me the process. Give me the process of the infused drinks. How that goes.
So depending on the cocktail that we're making, we'll make a tincture using that alcohol, and then we'll make.
Tell them what a tincture is, though. It's so we'll infuse something.
Alcohol. So it has to be
High alcohol.
A high proof of alcohol. So I'm gonna walk you through a cocktail, a margarita. We'll infuse a Don Julio. We'll make a Don Julio tincture, and we'll make let's say, yes, tequila right here.
Okay. So there we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Shout out to Team Remy, though. Shout out to Team Remy. Team Remy all day. Team Remy all day. Team Remy.
So we'll make a tincture, and then we'll make a cocktail margarita with lime juice, simple syrup, triple sec, shake it, and then I like to shake it before I add my alcohol, just so that the alcohol doesn't die down. I'll add the tincture as well, and then I'll add an extra shot of tequila. So the tincture is infused, and then the alcohol is in the tequila.
So the way that you infuse the tincture, it's not like on a stove or anything. How you do oils? You just put it in. You just put the bud in high grade of alcohol
In a jar.
And then you could just leave it in there.
For we would
day?
say no. I would say like 7 to 14 days, or you can put it over a double boiler. Like in a pot with water for like an hour.
Have you guys ever thought about a cookbook?
It's in the works.
We've thought about a cookbook.
I'm knowing these things. You can't be doing this and not have a cookbook on the way. This is amazing.
You can also infuse, like if you were making a margarita or whatever you're garnishing with it. Like if you're making a margarita and you want to infuse the sugar or the salt on the rim, that's also possible.
How?
So I just recently learned about infusing sugar, so I've been super interested in it. You would do the let's say Everclear, infuse Everclear the same way you would infuse alcohol, and then dust it over some sugar, and then lay it out and allow that to dry.
I'm very, very interested in all this stuff because, like I said, I've got kids. I can't be smoking all day, but I'm about to come home to like all this stuff. Thank you.
We also have an infused honey that we do and we sell on our site.
And so we use that for cocktails,
teas, and like smoothies.
So okay, go give me a list of the products you guys have. Before we go forward. Give me some of the products that you guys have.
Right now, we just have the honey, the high honey, smack jam, which is an infused blackberry and blueberry jam, and we also in the tri-state area.
Bagels, though. Oh my.
Yes.
God.
In the tri-state area only, and now starting May 15th in Miami, we will have our infused ice creams.
Yeah.
We have an infused ice cream line.
What else? We have We also have candles. 2 lines of candles. And and granola. And
and then we have a wake and bake kit, which includes our jam, our honey, and an infused granola.
Okay, all right. I need to know what the name of the website is.
HigherDining.com.
And with our purchase, you get gifts of flour, pre-rolls and other flowers.
Grade A.
Listen,
and you know what it is. We write the name. Make sure we know the name.
The orders are already. My wife is in the back. She's getting the orders situated. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure we're doing that order. I just got an email just now. Okay. So now, while you're high, give me what's your favorite food to eat while you're high.
While I'm high, okay. If it's not like late night and I'm like hungry, I want a burger and fries. That's like my favorite thing. I've been trying to stop eating meat like for a little while, and it's like I can't give up burgers. It's always a burger and fries.
I've been into a lot of sweets lately. I've been into like wanting desserts while I'm high, like something chocolatey. I like chocolatey. I also like champagne while I'm high. I don't know why. I also like something buzzy. So maybe it could be like a sparkling. What is it?
Bubbly.
Bubbly. It could be like a sparkling water or something. And I also like greens. So opposite. I just
healthy.
I
hate greens.
My cravings be all over the place.
Like lettuce and peas.
Right, yeah, like salads. This is just me lately though. That's just me lately. But I feel like I like sweets when I'm high, but then I get I can crash after. Like I can eat a piece of cake and then crash. And I feel like when I eat greens and stuff, I can enjoy my high, and I like enjoying my high.
Gotcha. Okay, so now what are some of the high foods that you love to cook?
One of my favorite things to make when I'm high, and it's kind of weird because it's so tedious and it takes like a lot of steps, is ice cream. And that's because I'm like an ice cream fanatic, and I just love playing with new flavors and seeing what I want to do once higher dining has a future ice cream parlor, like what kind of flavors I would want to have there.
I like making fries, loaded fries, like with different toppings. I just like making fries with cheese, or it's fries with like sausages and some onions. I like loaded fries.
Wow. Oh, okay. I'm about to get hungry all over again. All right. Okay. So we went through the food, went through the cookbooks. Do you guys cater?
Yes.
Infused and non-infused.
What would the catering look like if I wanted
Like
to
a
cater,
menu?
let's say, a party of 15 to 20 people?
Like a menu or
Yeah. What would the menu look like?
So it depends. So if you want drop off catering, or we can do like you could have private chefs. We would do 2 past hors d'oeuvres and a 3 to 4 course menu. And I could tell you something that we recently did was lobster and grits. What was the appetizer for that? The crab cake sliders. We had some vegan empanadas.
tostadas. We have vegan tostadas.
Vegan tostadas, which was like a black bean mousse. What else? What was the appetizer? A salad.
It was a green garden salad.
And then a peach cobbler for dessert with the HD oatmeal ice cream. And then, like, if you want to drop off catering, we would offer hot honey chicken wings or jerk chicken wings, some short ribs, lobster mac and cheese, a garlic and parmesan mashed potatoes,
garlic
And
shrimp.
everything is infused.
Yes, everything is infused. Everything is infused.
When we're gonna figure out this party. All right. I'm gonna keep you guys. This is amazing.
Yeah, let us know. We also
you have-
cater to the client's needs. So if you want like a specific kind of cuisine for the event, we'll do a menu for that.
That's why I married that girl.
Thank you, Jasmine.
His birthday's coming up. Yes, damn right.
You got a good one. You got a good one.
You see, that's why I married her, God. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, very important. Somebody said that the other day. The guys know. Like, women don't always know who to marry, but guys always know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know. Anyways, any tips for people that are trying to get in the same space as you guys?
Just keep trying. I would say, like, keep practicing. Like, you can never know too much. You are always going to be learning, and to look for people that are in the same industry. I feel like it's a few of us, and the cannabis industry, from what I've seen, is a tight-knit community, and everyone's always willing to help out, willing to share some knowledge, and like willing to share whose ever contact you want to get with.
Yeah. And just go for it. Don't give up. Don't be scared. Like, you know, there's so many things that can be against you, but once you're following your dreams, that's all that matters. It's all going to fall into place.
Right. As long as you work hard and follow your heart, I believe the same thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I want to add to that, always like bring your flair to whatever it is that you're doing. Like, whatever it is that's true to you, you have to bring that with you.
Absolutely. One of my last questions before I let you guys go. Do you marinate the food and weed or anything like that? How does that process go?
You want me to go?
You can go.
So like if I was to make a steak, it would be a double or triple infusion. I would marinate it with maybe an olive oil that's already infused and let it sit there. And then I would also marinate the sauce. And then when we're plating it, we'll marinate the salt.
Okay. What would you say to people that say, I don't like the weed taste of the food? Does the food taste?
I don't like the weed taste either.
So the food doesn't taste like weed. It doesn't actually. Like when you sit there, because we want to make the food for you to enjoy the flavor of the food. Obviously for you to get high as well, but we want you to taste the flavor of the food.
Our main focus is always the food.
Yeah, like flavors, you know, pairing, making sure it goes well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will be able to enjoy the food and still get high and not taste the weed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm excited. We're gonna be in contact because my birthday is in a month, and I
Most
like being smacked. You're right. Anything you want to let the people go? Anything you want to let them know before I let you go?
Follow us on Higher Dining, and you can share the rest. 'Cause I just interrupted you.
Follow us on Higher Dining. We're based in New York and New Jersey, and now we're going to be expanding to Miami. So if you're in Miami, check us out. We'll be launching out there within the next few weeks.
Yes. Thank you for having us. I love your
Absolutely.
questions. Great questions. Great questions.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for joining us. Let them know what the website is one more time.
HigherDining.com.
And our Instagram
Okay.
is at Higher Dining.
Make sure y'all support the ladies. They came and gave us a lot of good tips. Ladies, thank you again for coming to the sit down. I
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
Thank you.
Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
You too. Now listen, everybody, go support the ladies. It must be hard for women in a place like that to be selling food that is infused. So make sure you support them. I'm definitely gonna go hit that website up. The candle, I definitely want a piece of that. I'm going to try to put together a party. I'm gonna have them come through. I want to support that. That's an amazing thing. Shout out to all the weed smokers out there. I think that's a way to go. Shout out to Wax. I had Wax up here. You know, Wax is doing his infused drinks as well. I'm just trying to shout out and make sure we're all in step in line with everyone that is doing great things out here. Shout out to everybody. I love y'all. Like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate it if you do. And if you watched it this far, help a brother out. I appreciate y'all. See y'all on Thursday with Jesse Wu. This is the Sit Down. Peace and love.
You're tuned in to the Sit Down Live with EmEz each and every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:15.